Morning. The first topic for today is the role of steroids in COVID management. I'll be briefly discussing on where exactly the role of steroids will lie on and what some observational studies say about the same. So basically, as we all know, the spectrum of COVID-19 ranges from asymptomatic patients to patients with mild pneumonia to severe ARDS, septic shock, and multi-organ dysfunction syndrome. So the basic pathophysiology behind all this of ARDS is the cytokine storm and the inflammation induced by the viral pathogen. This leads to fatal pneumonia following an infection with a human coronavirus. So basically, the studies have the basic pathophysiology behind this is the stopping of the inflammation, the inhibition of the inflammation. And basic studies done on animal models have shown improved outcomes in patients with SARS and in the same with SARS and MERS viruses. So as we all know, corticosteroids, because of its anti-inflammatory property, they can have a role in patients with ARDS with COVID-19. So, however, most studies had patients with severe ARDS wherein the corticosteroids couldn't be of any beneficial use because they already passed a phase where all inflammation and even subsequent fibrosis have set in, and subsequent steroids could not modify outcomes in the same. What we have to take from this is there has been no conclusive RCTs or any proper study done on patients with ARDS and COVID-19. All the studies have been postulated from previous epidemics like SARS and MERS outbreaks, wherein steroids have shown to have some beneficial use. However, they also stated that steroids can have a delayed viral clearance and can also increase the chances of secondary bacterial infection. Hence, WHO strictly recommends against the use of routine administration of systemic corticosteroids in patients with COVID-19, and they have limited the use in only clinical trials. However, some other individual trials by the Chinese Thoracic Society have refuted against WHO, and they have said that it can be, there have been recommendations for the use of systemic corticosteroids. So this is one study which looked at the rationale of prolonged corticosteroid treatment in ARDS in patients with coronavirus COVID-19. This was published, this is a set of articles which was reviewed and published in Society of Critical Care Medicine. Herein they were for the use of systemic corticosteroids. Herein they showed that patients with ARDS, there is a glucocorticoid receptor mediated downregulation of systemic and pulmonary inflammation. Hence, this downregulation of systemic and pulmonary inflammation is essential to restore homeostasis and accelerate resolution of diffuse alveolar damage, which is seen in ARDS. Hence, they have proved that this cascade can be stopped or can be modified with the use of prolonged low to moderate dose of corticosteroids. And also, recent studies showed that is associated with elevated cytokine profile, and this is responsive to corticosteroid treatment. Here, they strongly argued against the fact that what kills a patient in COVID-19 is the dysregulated systemic inflammation rather than the harmful effects of corticosteroids. And they showed that there is no evidence linking the delayed viral clearance to worsen outcome in critically ill patients as refuted by the WHO. So they stated that a greater negative impact of the cytokine storm again has more chance of killing the patient than the harmful effects of steroids. This was another observational study wherein they showed beneficial effects of steroids in patients with COVID-19. This was in fact done in 2 tertiary teaching hospitals in province of Wuhu. This is around 500 kilometers from the epicenter, that is Wuhan. Herein they reviewed the records of few patients who were admitted between 24th January and 24th February of 2020. The data included the age, sex, comorbid conditions, the symptoms of onset, time from onset of symptoms to hospital administration, and lab test results during the hospitalization, CT findings. They also calculated the virus clearance time and the treatment, and what other treatment also the patient received, and also other infections and clinical outcomes. Here, the primary outcome was time to viral clearance, and the secondary outcome included the clinical recovery and length of hospital stay. So these are the few baseline characteristics of patients with COVID-19. Here and they took only 31 patients which are admitted, out of which 11 received corticosteroid treatment. And the one important thing which we can note that most of the patients included in the treatment were mostly men, that's 73%, and a woman accounted for only 27%. And mostly the corticosteroid arm was the ones who had fever at onset and the highest degree of 38.8 degrees Celsius was recorded, and cough was seen in 11 patients of the population. And also they basically gave steroids for patients who had myalgia or fatigue at presentation, and also dyspnea was the predominant factor for them to give steroids. Heart rate, systolic pressure, diastolic pressure, and peripheral oxygen saturation were the other parameters which were studied. So here basically they give 40 mg methylpred once or twice a day, was administered to these 11 patients within 24 hours of admission for a median intercortical range of median of 5 days. Intercortical range varied from 4.5 to 5 days. And these patients who received corticosteroids had a higher maximum temperature on admission, like I mentioned in the previous table, than who did not receive corticosteroids. The maximum temperature was 38.8 degrees Celsius. And also they reported more clinical symptoms including myalgia or fatigue than the ones with who didn't receive corticosteroids, who had only minimal symptoms of cough as compared to the other people. And also there radiologically they had more severe involvement on chest radiograph, that is CT, for these patients. That is 11 out of 11 patients had chest findings on a CT when compared to the 9 of the 20 patients who didn't receive corticosteroids. So these were the treatment and clinical outcome of those 31 patients, wherein the non-corticosteroid arm received antibiotics, moxiflox, and also other antivirals and and other antivirals. And they found that out of the 11 patients, like the 8 patients recovered, all the 11 recovered in the corticosteroid arm, whereas there is no deaths reported. Whereas in the patients with non-corticosteroid arm, out of the 31, only 26 had recovered. So they said that 26 or 31 patients had recovered from COVID-19 discharge. In this, 11 out of the 11 who were in the corticosteroid arm had full recovery and subsequent discharge. And they found that there is no change in the viral clearance as mentioned in the previous studies. And they found that it was like around 14 days for patients on corticosteroids also. And median duration of symptoms was also around 7 days, and length of hospital stay of approximately around 19 days. Hence, there is no statistical significance in virological or clinical outcomes between patients who received and patients who did not receive corticosteroid treatment. So they also concluded that these patients, however, these patients they have treated are all the ones who had only mild symptoms or mild pneumonia. They did not study the effect of corticosteroids in patients with ARDS, because none of these patients who were hospitalized had ended up in ARDS. So they postulated that early administration of corticosteroids might reduce or might have, or these patients might won't progress so rapidly to ARDS symptomatology. So this is another article which has again gone through a lot of observational studies, and this was published in JAMA in 26th of March 2020. Herein, they found that the patients receiving mechanical ventilation who did not have ARDS and suggested against the use of routine corticosteroids in these patients. Also, in those patients with ARDS, that is weak recommendation. Also, those patients with ARDS, use of corticosteroids was not suggested. That is, both had weak recommendation. This panel, however, suggested against the use of systemic corticosteroids for respiratory failure without ARDS in COVID-19, and suggested the use of the same in patients with ARDS. One retrospective non-peer-reviewed report suggested that these around 46 patients, they suggested treatment of methylpred of around 1 to 2 milligram per kg for around 5 to 7 days was associated with reduction in duration of fever and the need for supplemental oxygen. This is one interim guidance management from ATS, wherein they have actually interviewed a set of doctors from various fields of medicine like pulmonology, critical care medicine, and they have made them to tick a questionnaire. So here from there, basically what they found that 67% of the task force in that analysis, they suggested against the systemic corticosteroids for treatment of COVID-19. And hence, from this, they have suggested that for hospitalized patients with COVID-19 with evidence of pneumonia, they make no suggestion either for or against the treatment with steroids. They have also listed what each of the bodies have to say. CDC says that corticosteroids should be avoided, and it is indicated for other reasons like management of comorbidities like COPD exacerbation or septic shock. FDA so far has not taken any position for or against the use of corticosteroids in COVID-19. Surviving Sepsis campaign, they made a weak recommendation against the use of corticosteroids in intubated patients with COVID-19 without ARDS, and also weak recommendation for systemic corticosteroids in mechanical ventilated patients with ARDS. So here, this is what the last column states that 15 people say it is for intervention. 18% said there's no suggestion for the use of corticosteroids in pneumonia. However, 67% were against the use of corticosteroids in patients with pneumonia. Coming to the WHO interim guidance, they basically, which was postulated in around 3rd week of March 2020, they recommend not to use systemic corticosteroids for treatment of viral pneumonia outside the clinical trials, and also said that systematic review of observational studies showed no potential benefit for the use of the same. However, there were more potential adverse effects like delayed viral clearance and higher mortality with secondary infections, as stated by the WHO. So coming to the conclusion, use of systemic corticosteroids in COVID-19, it lacks specific clarity. And however, certain observational studies have used the same with patients with ARDS. More randomized controlled trials are needed to prove the potential benefit in use of the same with patients with ARDS. Thank you.